Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the stream. My name is Catmonarch, and once again, Duel Masochist challenge. Who would have guessed? Them some nice sleeves. That's not all the things from the shop, and it doesn't make the thing disappear. What else is there? Oh, the special. Yeah. I am slightly curious about reading the new pumpkin card, so I might just do that for a minute. Because I've been out of the TCG for a minute, and as such I have not read newer cards. Like this one. Or if I have, I've read them a long time ago. That's kind of neat. Hope everyone's doing okay. Hope everyone had a decent weekend. Huh. That's a little different. Not exactly what you're expecting, or at least not what I was expecting. From Princess reprint, nice. I wonder if they could actually get it to work. They retrained the Mammoth, okay. Ye old level 6 fusion no more. Behold. Rank 6 enabler? I mean, it's just a guy. Snakehair, who was just a level 4 vanilla, so is now actually, what, more difficult to summon? More difficult to summon. Okay. That's a fusion of, well, not really a fusion, but, you know, it's a combination of 3 different cards. I mean, that's easier to summon. It's easier to summon than the other ones. What do you do? I mean, I like the art. And you got massive frog. And for a tiny frog. Arena frogs. If you control an aqua with 2,000 more attack. Nice. That's kind of funny, actually. And I guess you just, like, this is basically another thing for rollback to copy, right? Like, I don't see it not being. Well, Call of the Forgotten, which I'm gonna, yeah, that's the field spell. And then the field spell does everything. Yeah, field spell is activated, set up to 3 call from your hand, no, from your deck or grave. You cannot special summon except zombies or monsters from the grave. So you can special summon non-zombies, you just gotta put them in the grave first. And a soft once if you activate Call the Haunted. Type 1 send. Alright. Then we got this thing. I don't know what that's supposed to be for. That thing. Subspace Battle is pretty decent. I don't know what this is for either. It makes me think of a different Link too. That's something I would probably actually play in TCG. What's the main boy himself? Reveal this, set call. If you do, discard 1 card, that set card. Oh, so you can just special this then. Set with 1950 attack. Okay. Undying Legion. Which feels like, again, it's a combination, but of different cards entirely. With cards that weren't originally zombies. That's... You got Red Eyes. I think it's just called Tiger Axe and Flame Swordsman. You can also use rank 6 during a Prince main phase, detach 2, or just 1. Target 1, attach it. Alright. While you control Call, your opponent cannot target zombies. Is special summon to add call or a card that mentions detach target 2. Then you got canine support. And then there's this thing. They're neat, I guess. Oh yeah, right. One thing I was supposed to do. Give me 1 minute. I need to find how I'm going to share this screen. So, can I get that to... I need to change the source of this one. Add source? Nope. Unless... Okay, that one can capture it. So let's do that for a second. Do that. Yay. Keep that one there. Right. Just for 1 minute. I said I was going to show a approximate list for a Blue Eyes deck that only used the structure deck cards. And this is more or less what I came up with. Although I'm not completely sold on the extra deck ratios for it being pure. Maybe it needs to be different. I don't know, maybe you want more of this rather than Twin Burst. Anyway, I'm sorry I've forgotten their name, who was with us last stream, if you get 3 of the structure deck, you get everything listed here except for these cards. These last 3. Which, if you're going to pick up Paper Play and you're going to pick up the Blue Eyes deck, pick up these 3 cards. They should be relatively cheap. You only need 1 copy of each in addition to the structure deck, and it will be drastically improved. Because what you can do in pure Blue Eyes, with just the addition of these 2, you don't necessarily need Synchro Rumble, but it's a nice one-of, is that you can make 2 of Spirit Dragon, one of which tags into your Omni Negate, the other one tags into the Crimson, which can target the Omni, and then summon this one. But yeah, you get the whole list, except these 3 at the bottom. Which, if you can acquire those separately, great. If you can't, the rest of this will still work fine. I think this should be decent enough. Other people are going to be able to tell me if I'm right or wrong. Crucially, it plays hand traps, which I'm normally against, but I'm instructing someone else. So I think it's passable in this scenario. Anyway, let's ditch that one again. Brief bit aside, I kind of forgot about it, as some people might guess. But yeah, let's get on with things. We are still playing the same deck. I can't remember. I'd mentioned something last stream about a deck I was potentially going to play next month in gold, assuming we were in gold. Magispectors. Let me, while I'm here, just... let's put, I don't know, the field spell and the field spell, because yeah, it doesn't even need a name, that's fine. For the reason that I tried that out in my Saga progression, like Valmonica, Magispector. Granted, I had better Valmonica cards in my progression than I do here, and I had far more Magispector cards as well. But I don't think that matters. I think it's still something that we could actually build on. It was surprisingly decent. Like, it gets going and then you kind of, well, at the very least, in a limited series, you kind of struggle for the removal to kind of, like, take it out properly. Especially because all the Magispector stuff is can't be targeted or destroyed. That's a hand. We're against a standard deck. Best play. Condemn Twitch. Add me a forbidden quick play. It adds me a forbidden quick play. Troll, do it. Coward. got that can be activated at nearly any time? Fua C, Charmies. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's okay. I don't like it, but I am going to have to make do with it. If normal, special summoned. Yeah, I kind of don't want that. I'm just going to try and stop you at the first hurdle I can. It does target. So we'll just use the second one. You're getting negated. Maybe you get the destruction effect, but you are getting negated. Yeah. I'm in a really bad spot, but what am I gonna do? I have a feeling they have an Ash Blossom, and they just didn't want to use it. I can't win on a Lopter alone. Not against fucking Fire Kings. Right, welcome back to Masochist. On with the next tool. I don't want to give up as soon as that, but, like, they stopped me from getting to the key things. I spent 2 disruptions on 1 card, which didn't even really work because they destroyed it anyway. I did not know the destruction effect was that good. On the other hand, we have won a coin toss, and this is a drastically better hand. So, what are we going to do here? I'm going to do 7th Tachyon. And if they stop it, they stop it. They do not. Given that we already have boss stage, let's get Witch, and let's drop the Pathfinder. That can just go back into the deck. Then place 1 card from your hand on top of the deck. Right. So I've just never actually gotten that last bit to resolve. Or I've never drawn it for turn simply because, like, it's not happened. I've always shuffled the deck first. Like, there you go. And there we are. It's fairly simple, but we'll do. No, okay. And boss stage. Against standard deck size. Okay. It resolves. We get the boss monster, as you should. Just checking something. And yeah, we got some tokens. So letting that go. Why are you just letting things go? What do you have? Hey, that's cool. Buzzsaw to special or 1 from deck. Okay. But hey, thanks for that. That's pretty cool. I'm happy you took the time. And it's nice having people join the stream anyway. Just for vibes. I can sit here and, you know, contemplate my life choices by myself. But, it is much nicer with company. So it does get Butunable. So they are on Sharks. Which means I think we do this and we just get Nidhogg. Because Nidhogg should solo. And you are a Masochist player by the tone of your message. So pray tell, how goes your challenge, fellow sufferer? What are you gonna summon? We have Negate, we have a Negate, and we have a Solemn. So let's do that one here. Hello, Mr. Gaiman. Sorry, Mr. M. Gaiman. We gotta have the important letter in there. right? Now, you didn't do any of that yet using a normal summon. That's fine. Hard stuck in Plat 5, as what is? Plat is rough. Very much so. I don't really know... Like, we managed to get into Diamond one time. It very much was one time. And I have no illusion that we had the blessing of the gods at that point. I mean, the rest of your hand can't be stuff to continue with, surely. You gotta run out of extra cards at some point. You've only got another 2 in hand. You've used your normal summon. What the hell? Glad to see someone else found the trip. The thing is, like, the field spell being rare is something that makes it so easy for everyone to get like a hold of something generator, right? Because the field spells are rare. Nidhogg is a rare. Nidhogg's an N. What else have we got? Valor's an N. Naglfar's an N. Devulgus is an R. Brody's an R. Even Ugada is an R, I'm pretty sure. Also, this is mental. They just have the extension to just keep playing. We've used a Negate, a Solemn, and an Omni Negate. And they're just going to, stick it through. You can be used for a 4, so they might. Pretty nice set there, yes. Har is the cornerstone. Like, we have a couple other things. We got Ugada. In fact, we have 2 of them now. But, yeah, there were definitely... okay. You're locked into waters, so it's not zoos. I don't know if they rank this up. Rank it up by discarding a spell. For Levice. Quick effect, attach, target, negate, attack, defense 0. Okay. That's fine. You're still only doing 1 attack. Which means I could Synchro 12. Are you just going to get rid of power, or are you going to get rid of Lopter? Because... oh, it is permanent. Ooh, that's a slight bother. That is a lot of damage. Why do you get 2 attacks? Nope, it's not your influence. No, why does it get 2 attacks? Second attack. Oh, right. It's literally the last line. Oh. Well, that's just funny. Set mystery card. Call it a turn. I'm pretty sure I can target this, right? I can, in fact, target it. And that probably just solves the game. You have 1 card on field. Let's just check. I know something has a graveyard effect. If your opponent controls an attack position monster. Oh, but that doesn't actually do anything. Right. So yeah, in this case we just get Valor. And Valor can res either Lopter or Har. It's not important. Although I think we get Har just for safety's sake, because it is an Omni Negate. And if they can stop this, then they can't actually do anything about my board. We have 1 card in hand, no graveyard effects worth anything, and I have an Omni Negate. Pray tell, what do you do? Because if you activate Rota for a monster, that just goes to the grave as well. Success! Nice. I'm curious, like, to what else their deck plays, honestly. It is very much just sharks. I don't think there's anything particularly abnormal about the list in the slightest. I expect that is just constructed. Which means we played fine because we drew the good cards and they did not draw the good cards. They may have drawn every extender known to man, but they did not draw a hand trap. Which means we were able to play on uninterrupted and actually have some disruption. This is decent. However, we need a critical amount of insects, and we have barely anything. Aitsu is the other part of a union, arguably the better part, because it's a normal monster and so you can special it out with things. And that's to do with Trigon, which is to do with Gradius, I believe, which means it's awful. But the Master Pack, that can hold good stuff. We all know this by now. It will always give you a new card. Like, you just won't get duplicate. Ooh, that's actually a pretty good duplicate card. But yeah, you just won't get duplicate cards. You're going to get new cards. Every time. This is pretty decent. We're still missing Invocation, but, you know, extra copies of Meltdown. Extra copies of Meltdown. We also do have, like, every invoked fusion. So we just need, like, a good way to make them. How many cards did they just add? A few. Like, it's in the notes. But, like, you know. Okay, there you go. Look, we've got a new one. 3 3s. Worthless. Maybe I should stop saying that, you know, the new card is worthless. Right. What do we got? Ooh. Now, I can't hard make this, but I believe... Ooh, yeah, we have a Utopia. We have Utopia Double, which means we can't use Utopia Double to do the thing, but we can use Utopia Double to get that. And as for the cards they just added, they're, like, in here. So, cards included from... I think this was banned before, so it is technically a new card by the game's sake, because cards that are banned do not exist according to its code. Like, there was a good period of time when Dragoon did not exist. So you've got, let's see, 4 per row, so that's to 10. That makes 12. That's kind of a lot of reprints. I'm not sure if this is new or not. That feels new. 14. I think, yeah, this is a new bit of higher support. The other stuff is old. So that'll be 16. 18, 19. I'm not sure if these were here before, but I don't think they were, which puts you on another, so 22, thanks to that one. 23, 4, 5, and 26, 27, 28. I'd say about 30. There might be a couple ones I'm missing out from that, but I think it's approximately 30 new cards. And I guess the Eclipse Wyvern is debatable, but I believe you'd count that as a new card. Anyway, I don't have Utopia, as said. So, detach, add double, special Utopia, and if you do, its attack becomes doubled, but it cannot attack directly. Which means... What's its face? So the good thing about that is that it then doesn't have to use its once per chain effect. It's just at 5,000 permanently. At worst, we play a brick in the deck and we draw it, but it still means that if we make double, then we can just like make Utopia the Lightning anyway and ignore that. Which is going to be really handy for the Magispector Valmonica deck. Or just the rank 4 deck whenever we get back around to it, because, you know, that was semi-recent. So we don't cycle back to it too quickly, I don't think. Alright. We're getting lucky with the coin tosses today. I know this is only Duel 3, but we are getting lucky with the coin tosses. And once again, we seem to just open the cards. I am tempted to... Yeah, you know what? I am going to use Pathfinder here, though. It baits out an Ash. Or a Purge. Or something like that. It works. Okay. Which means if they remove one, we have it. I think I just activated a different... I think I added the regular one and used the shiny. Okay. You see, this is why we did that. I would have much rather an Ash Blossom, but if you insist on a Ghost Ogre, then so be it. You've still got a 5-card hand. Okay, you're banished for cost, aren't you? Quick effect, target a mech knight you control, banish it. Oh wait, no. I could just lost win that. And you're stuck there. Yeah, I used the one I didn't add. I needed to use the one I did add. That is a small error which they will not have noticed. But, yeah. I don't know why I thought this guy was banished for cost. Okay. Plat wouldn't worry. No, that's the thing. You get, like, a very mixed skill set in Plat. You have people playing out of their mind, and you also have people who just don't do anything. Right, you're gonna kill this. You're not having it. I'm also going to put it there so you don't have another column. Yeah, just have the extenders, bro. Parallel teleport, okay. Push some level 4 lower. Well, these are all psychics, but no, you are just going into the psychic stuff. Which means I'm in immediate threat of Pep right here. But that does mean I get Lost Wind back. This is probably my Pep out. Silent Psychic. The thing is, you don't want to wait for them to, like, pay the 600 to add, right? Because if you wait for them to pay the 600 to add, Crackdown doesn't negate it. It only negates the monster's effects, but doesn't, like... They can't activate, but they can resolve. Change of heart. Oh, fuck. You wanted to go second, didn't you? That's the only thing I can guess from this. You had a mech knight here. I am just dead if they make Pep, right? Yeah, they don't even need to, like, use the attack. Or use the boost, rather. They can literally... Okay. Are you not playing Pep, or do you want to do more? You know exactly what the set card is. I guess they just want to do a bit more. I'm going to wait until it actually hits the field, because there is a chance they don't. Although, I think if they're not playing it as one of the last 13 in their extra deck, they're dumb. Like, immeasurably stupid. Well, that sucks. They're getting their dailies. Probably. I don't know. I know, like, that everyone says it's like, you know, you should just let your opponent, like, kill you and all that, but, you know, we get extra rewards if we do that. Or on Masochist, we can't do it. Okay, we've lost a coin toss. Which means it's the start of the good times, because we can actually go second fine, depending on the hand. That's not actually a bad hand for going second. Like, sure, we got 2 traps, but we do have Lock to Valor, which means we have a rank 9 plus Forbidden Chalice. They are on Blue Eyes. We might not have Lock to Valor. So, I mean, it depends. Blue Eyes players, they either go for, like, the double negate, or they go for Magia. Or they screw up the turn so horribly that they're ending on, like, Tyrant Dragon and a Blue Eyes. It's a little bit here, there, or everywhere. I haven't talked about this weekend too much, simply because not too much happened. Oh, well, actually, no, that's not true. I did hang out with a friend who I haven't, you know, we haven't hung out for a little bit of a while, so just kind of like drove over to theirs, we got lunch together, had a chat, games. What was it? They put me down in front of a game on, like, the PlayStation and just said, you're playing this now. I think it is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Yeah, it is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. That is what he sat me down in front of and just said, hey, you're playing this, I think you'll like it. And credit, he is right. I think, like, I only finished the tutorial, and so I don't have an accurate representation of the game, methinks. But the combat's, like, neat. The actual, like, story's fine. Having not played Kingdom Come Deliverance, I was just kind of like, well, am I supposed to care about these people, or what? And that's not great from a narrative perspective, but on the other hand, you know, who starts with the second game of the franchise? And I've used that effect of Maiden. Huh. You may or may not have used that effect of Maiden. This is not what I was expecting. Okay, so I can just, like, force the seals. Ah, Harmonia. When your opponent, monster your opponent controls activates effect. Yep. Right. The thing is, it's a hand trap that does it, right? Destroy one, send one, right? So let's do this. Let's pitch lock to. Do you want to do anything? You do not want to do anything. In that case, let's do this now. Get rid of this one. You're probably pretty heavy on the synchros. You've only made one. And you've used like 2 links, so I'm completely expectant that they can do the hand trap effect. Okay. One. Then effect, we want a special. That is less than ideal. Let's get rid of that. I'm sure they can get another one, but it's more efficient than trying to get rid of the blue eyes. Right. That negates the effect. It will still banish if it leaves the field. I think I just hit this for the moment. I'm not sure I can stay in it, but I am going to at least try. So it is negated, but it does get the tribute effect. And Goldrake is not live. If normal summoned. So no, I don't actually want to attack that, because then you would get a search. And we'll set 2 cards. And what could I make? Yeah, okay, that's not worth it. So it dies during the end phase of this turn, which means they very deliberately chose to do that. I'm not going to bother. That is the only disruption I had. Why didn't you just go for the double Omni Negate like a normal person? Are you playing the double Omni Negate? Are you, like... No. You're not. Why? It's about the strongest thing Blue Eyes can do, right? You get a double Omni Negate, you can pack it up with Majesty, True Light, so you can just recur everything again. That's so dumb. Eggmaster Packbit, who is an 8. You can't make Packbit. Can you? You can, but Packbit takes 2 synchros to make. Like, your first one is a 3 and a 4, or a... Oh wait, you can increase this guy's level by 1, can't you? But he's still a tuner, which doesn't change the fact. Yeah, you gotta go through, like, Agnista to make this. Which is so weird, and that also means, like, the Ancient Fairy, although Ancient Fairy can be specialed off the Blue Eyes Spirit. It's not actually a synchro summon. So you don't draw 1 card. I don't understand the point. You confuse me. Like, this bit makes sense. You're playing, like, the branded removal. You're playing this as the targeting protection. Yeah, I don't know, I just think it's wrong. I literally, at the start of the stream, before I started dueling, it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, this is what I think a pure Blue Eyes deck is, and then, like, you know, if you add these 2 cards, you can do a cool thing with it. I'm not saying the pure deck I built was better. No. But I am saying that I am confused. I know Blue Eyes well enough, because the person I'm playing the most with in real life at the moment, I kind of gotten into the game again on Blue Eyes. So, yeah, alright. I mean, the hand was pretty good anyway. We still got Compulse, you know, basically MST and the field spell. FTK bot or just... No. But nothing fun. Okay, actually, no. I do have to check one thing about that deck list. Small World. Right? That's... But you can't do that. The idea that they're going for is Tribute Summon the Wicked Avatar. The way they are trying to search it is Small World. Fun interaction with Small World. question mark is not a defined stat. Question mark is not equal to 2,800, but it is also not unequal to 2,800, just as an example. I'm pretty sure they can't actually search the Wicked Avatar. At least if I've got my rulings right. I get them wrong often enough, apparently, but I'm 90% certain that's how that works. I'm happy they didn't even get to try it, because, you know, if Flu is able to pop off, I'm not sure I can clear it. Right, 3 new cards. And they are pretty terrible. Ritual summoned is unaffected by traps. I mean, that's neat, but like, oh, it doesn't even have related cards. They changed the way related cards work. They didn't even put the related cards for cards which, like, share the same name. Not obviously part of the same deck, or card type. Group. Thingamabob. Cult. Mad Reloader. Nope. That is Shining Angel but different, right? Yeah. It's Shining Angel but different. I mean, we need duplicates of Emerald Eagle if we want to trigger the effect. But I also don't want to trigger the effect, because it's duplicates of a ritual monster, which is not the best. Okay, hold on. Interesting card, right? Surely. 2 of them. Okay. This is starting to look a little better. What's Psychic Fighting Porter? Special summon to 2, level 3 or lower from hand. If they are of the same type, they can attack directly. If they are of the same level, they also can't be destroyed by battle. Which, I believe that is actually for Watts. But I'm pretty sure it's not for the good Watts. If I remember right, the good Watts are all 4s. That is a hand trap. That is just a good card. Does that go in everything? Just any deck? Hell, even trade-in, that's pretty fucking good. Like, generators won't be playing trade-in. Do not get me wrong. However, generators, I think, most certainly will play a little Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit. Question is, my deck is rather ballooning in size all the time, and so what do I cut for it? It's not any of the generator bits. I don't think it's Pathfinder. It kinda hurts, but I think it... The thing is, if I take Orochi out, then I don't have Gimmer, and Gimmer is pretty good. It also cuts Anima if I take it out, which isn't like the end of the world. People don't seem to play into it anyway. It does make the 10s a little more difficult to get into. But granted, our main goal with this deck is not 10s. Do I have other 12s? Because that does make 12 slightly easier to get to. I mean, I'm probably playing the 2 best already. Yeah, I could still make the Black Rose, so I would keep this in. I would just axe this one. But Orochi has been there since, like, almost day 1. How long have we had Orochi? Like, on a serious note. Because day 1 stops here, I think. Something like about there. Maybe a little bit further than that, but, you know. Orochi is a pretty early card. Unless I'm just misremembering horribly. It would cut 1, it would cut 1, which means I would have space for a rank 6. Do I have alternative rank 9s? So, I definitely want to take a look at the 6s. Because, yeah, I've got this, which probably would have saved us in a pinch at one point. Huh. Well, once again, I am proven wrong. It's a good thing I did not have a chance to get proven wrong mid-game. What am I thinking of, then? That's so weird, though. That question mark counts as a printed stat. I mean, it is, like, literally printed on the card. It's just, you know... Yeah, like, the obvious bridge is that, like, you know, any of the, any of the flu tributes get into it, because they're all level 10, and then they don't share anything else. That is so weird. I mean, well, no, it's actually a case of it making sense. But I want to be right. I guess that's hilariously confidently incorrect. It's not a quick effect. That's a quick effect negate. It's only on field, but it is on field. Detach 3, so that's not really viable. We were playing this once upon a time, but I don't think it's worth it. I mean, we can steal it, and for what? Let's put you in. You happen to be in a gate. Right. Synchros. We got Crystal Wing, who is something that we definitely can't make now, because we took out the thing that would make it the easiest. Let's see, what else we got? We got an 11. How easy is it to make the 11? It's pretty difficult. It is a Kashtira plus Mirage, or Alpha plus Ogre, or Assault Synchron plus any generator, or Destrudo plus a few of them. For the moment, let's just chuck that one in, because I think that might actually just be the play. Yeah, so we would be looking at like 12s. Generic 12s don't really exist in high quantities. 12s do, but like generics, no. And the other common bit is 7s, which we are already putting in anyway. I guess, like, we don't have a 9 synchro, right? Because that's the other main bit, Bestials. It is Lightning Storm on legs, yeah. Which means, you know, it's not a bad card, it's just, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's the most impactful, which is a really crazy thing to say. I don't think any of the rest of these really cut it. Okay, so yeah, small change to the deck. Ghost Ogre. We have a hand trap. And it changes up the extra deck a little bit. Long have Anima and Ice Jade Gimmer served us well, but the time has passed before we have got more meta card. And as we know, meta good in terms of power, meta bad in terms of play, because I have to play against it and I don't like that. It decreases my chances of winning. Like, it's supposed to be called a challenge, but I am supposed to eventually clear it. That's the general gist of the idea. You're just gonna hard fuse. Recently got Nibiru, and that's also in every deck now, yeah. Okay, it is just Twin Burst, apparently. I can negate the Twin Burst, but they don't have anything in hand. I'm not sure they're gonna... Oh. Alright. I was going to say they don't have anything in hand they're going to use as a hand trap. What the hell do you think they did? So it is a Blue Eyes deck. It's not even like the worst Blue Eyes deck. It just could be better. They have Magia. I'm going to take a guess they thought Magia needed different things. Ultimate Dragon, 3 Blue Eyes. Plus a Chaos. Maybe they just clicked the wrong card. I don't know. It would be, once again, nice to be able to see your opponent's hand in, like, replays and that. It's a small thing, but you gotta wonder what they did to just scoop instantly. It's still Blue Eyes. You made a guy who can't be destroyed by battle and banishes things. Am I really going to be calling Bug Emergency the best card from this set? We already have Turbo Warrior. It's got a specific synchro material. This is creature swap, but specific. This makes an Xyz. I'm just saying, this makes an Xyz. It can also make different ranks of Xyz. I was not expecting to call a digital bug card the best card of the Legacy pack today. But I guess here we are. It's just the strange routes that life takes you. I was also not expecting to pull Ghost over, so there's that. Got another verse there, but I think we have like all the copies we need of that. Queen. I'm not sure if we have Hallow. I guess we can look at the collection in a minute. And pack number 2, Platinum Win. Again, supposedly another shiny card. I mean, the stream overall is probably a... Oh? Extra shiny. Guakemiru. Which is good for rock decks, not for Guakemiru. Assault mode stuffs. Okay. Well. I know we have, like, a Draco Tail, right? Fusion summon a dragon or spellcaster. I have no idea what we have that fits that kind of pool. Right. Let's jump into the deck real quick. Do it here. So, yeah, good for Kawaki. Right. Okay, we have Halloween. I mean, it only adds one of them anyway. That's to do with fiends, this one's to do with zombies. I think the fiend one would actually be better for us, which is unfortunate. Okay, that's our second verse there, so that's actually a good pickup. Right, what do we have related to... No, we have 2 spells. We don't even have a Draco Tail monster. We couldn't even have, like, Pan or Urgala. We have neither. And the Draco Tails need a Draco Tail. That one's not a Draco Tail. Okay. Right. Fun fact. I use Ketu to get into Dragoon sometimes. You see, that's the kind of thing I was thinking about, but of course we don't have Dragoon. It was just, you know, we would need a Draco Tail. And we don't even have one. I will be back in a minute or two. I just need to nip away for a sec. So, right, couple minutes. And we back. Did I disconnect for a second? No, stream time is still going on. Okay, cool. Well, the deck's shit, so I don't play Dragoon. Understandable. I mean, some people just get lucky, you know? You eventually might just pull Fenrir. I did. Ignore the fact that I played however many games and I can't remember when I pulled it, but, you know. I mean, my first 10 packs contained an Inspector Border, so, you know. Sometimes you're just gonna pull the good cards, right? Who knows when? But you're gonna do it. Okay. That's a little weird. We kinda, like, we have the field spell. That's summoned from decks anyway. You should have held that for your next turn. So, yeah, I think we do this. Because boss fight is going to be a rough time as is. So let's set 2 cards. And call it a turn. Now I can do this right at the start, or I can wait. I don't know which is actually the right move. You know what? Yeah, let's just get it out of the way. And let's tribute you off to get locked up. I think they do actually want me in attack position. So the tokens are going to be moderately annoying, but I can work around it reasonably. Right, okay, so what we do is we get Valor in this case. And then we're going to use... sure. Chain 2. And then chain 3. That should get the Ugarda from hand. Then even if that's not the case, we contribute to spec so we can get the heart from deck with the tokens. If Valor gets negated, we're still okay. Bugger. Oh, come on. Send 2. Now that's just rude. Choose. The thing is, it doesn't negate now. It negates in a minute. Right, they have just discarded 2 cards, so hopefully this is good enough. We do have a whole bunch of attack position monsters, and I do not like that. The Valor was summoned from the deck, it wasn't summoned using its own effect, so we do get it back for next turn, assuming we get to next turn. Type 1. We can let that go? Yeah, I don't see any reason to do that. Like, you might be able to ritual summon, but I think I can just stop the thing that is ritual summoned. To the best of my knowledge. I think we stopped that, actually. That is an ad. That is a bot. No. We're okay. It does tribute for cost, so I could tribute a token, but I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, we good? Did we do it? I think they may have sent too many cards. Or they just simply didn't have an option. I mean, they knew that was there. Did they just forget about it? That's another option. It is 60 cards. It is with Mitsu. I'm fine not playing against that. I don't know how much it, like, I feel... I mean, sure, it is a win, and best believe we take those, but, I'm not sure how, like, it feels, whether it's a nice win or not. I think maybe they sent too many cards off Droplet, or they opened a pretty brick hand, because it seems like they had 2 of one of the waiters. I don't think they had any rituals. No, they probably had a ritual, but no spell. Sun is fine, but I would say it's only fine. Also, Phoenixian Seed being in the game, but not Amaryllis, is kind of funny. Like, a little cruel, but kind of funny. That's our 5th V-Jam, methinks. Yup. Well, that's about the average Master Pack. Nothing new. But what about the other one? It's possibly shiny. Yeah. Okay, it's very shiny. And that's immediately a new card. Type 1 in either. Destroy a water on the target owner's field, and if you do, special summon it to that field. If in the grave, accept the turn, banish, target, destroy, special. I mean, this actually makes it easier to use Orochi, which is nice, but we still have to get to Orochi. And the rest of these are not particularly great. Huh. It needs to send a continuous spell. For a second I was thinking, wait, we just add Clockwork? No, we need to control a continuous spell. That would have been really good, but we don't consistently have a continuous spell. And if we did, I feel like it would already be Clockwork Knight half the time. Like the actual spell rather than the monster. It's an ultra rare, just, you know, not a great one. Because, like, the deck we might play it in would be Sidra. And, yeah, I'm not actually sure if there's a different continuous spell we would even be playing. And you can only activate one Clockwork Knight per turn, and we're not going to be using it to search for a thing, because, like, yeah, sure, search Regulus, but Sidra wants to go second. I'm going first. They have a Sidra mate, they have just proven my point. Infinity wishes for second. That is not much of a going first hand. I think I just put back the Raigeki. Well, they aren't surrendering. That can actually be dodgy, but they aren't surrendering. Given what we have, this gives me a negate. Yeah, their connection is god-awful, but they aren't actually surrendering. Which is moderately annoying. I mean, the plays are going through at a quick enough pace, so maybe it's just a visual glitch. Unless we get to, like, their turn and it just completely stalls. That is an option. I was really hoping they would hand trap me just for the Talon. I'm not sure if we would have... Well, yeah, what would I have even done? They want to go second. So they're going to be on enough board breakers. Druis and Boldrake together is a pretty decent combination. It does require 2 Light Darks in the grave, and I can only guarantee 1. If I did put one of them up first, it is just Druis Worm. I don't think that's controversial, because that's already a threat by itself. Boldrake is not a threat by itself. This might be time limit, or it might be a genuine connection thing because they haven't even drawn their card for turn. What's the minimum we have? We have Chalice, Druisworm, and Lopter to Valor to get Lopter, which means we can start our generator things. Well, start level / rank 9 plays, but not generator things. We don't have Mardell. I guess it is still kind of starting generator things, it's just on a turn-by-turn basis. The first card has been added to their hand, as their internet struggles to process any action. I hope the duels of surrender, opponent's connection being awful are entertaining to my dear viewers. The people who are joining me for what I thought was going to be a really rough time. But so far it has not been that. It must be the influence of the chill capybara. Because they are a very chill animal. Which I guess is why you've probably picked the Twitch name. Just as a hunch. The only 1/4/4? I really hope they're the only one. Have it, like, if every win took this sort of time for this sort of effort, it would not be a challenge. It would be just a test of patience. Time limit? Connection? What? Connection failed. That was really fighting tooth and nail for it, honestly. That's the rank up game. Makes the next game better, yeah. What were they? Okay. Moment of truth. They chose second. They chose second, and they're not even really maxed out on board breakers. I'm a little perplexed. 14 card extra as well, I didn't notice that. Alright. I guess they must be reveling in the fact that the last days of Branded Fusion being at 2. We have 2 legacy tickets, but I do like to wait until we have 3 minimum. Because that's when it feels like it's actually worth opening. Alright. Possibly a hidden shiny card. Circuit card. Lunalight, Waboku. Waboku not being a terrible one. I don't know what we'd play it in. A Stole Stun deck? Okay, a Ghost Trick and a Marincess, neither of which are fantastic. Jack Frost is fine. Like, in terms of the actual Ghost Tricks, it's okay. Stab Alarm. Right. Waboku, yeah, it kind of feels like a Legacy Pack card, but at the same time, I'm fine with it. Okay, another Soul Peacemaker. I don't know how many copies we have of that. We would rather like the consistency tools, of which it is one. But, oh geez. That's not a pack. Well, at the very least, the packs reflect the duel. Not much effort in, not much stuff out. On with the next one. Scammy. I'm not too fussed about it most of the time, because there are just like good ends R's that we would like. There are a lot of cards that feel like Legacy Pack cards. Yeah, there really are. There are several cards which is criminal to just have in the Master Pack. But they're there. Because reasons. I mean, if you're gonna go second, you might as well go second, right? Raigeki Reborn Tactics. Love it. At the very least, the icon and sleeves are appropriate. I don't know what Plunder Patrol do, for the most part. I know it's ships, but it's kind of... oh. So just as a thought, quick effect, target plunder, special target, okay. Just as a thing. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they do a lot more normally. Is there any point in me stealing your Plunder Patrol? I don't know. But I do know there is a point in using Lopter. If it fails because they've got a hand trap or something, we can just reborn anyway. But it doesn't, so we're going to get Valor. And then Valor's going to get us Lopter, which means we've comfortably taken 4,000 of their life points. Oh no! Anyway. I did play the Plunder solo mode, but it's been a while. Right, so yeah, that's 4,000 of your life points. I can't use the triple tack because you haven't used the monster effect. So let's just swing in. Lobster's used his effect, Valor got negated. Oh dear, travesty. And there we go, main 2. I was wondering if they would even lethal 1 for a second. Alright, let's see what you can do. Did someone just draw a card? Sure, you've got 1 draw, but that's not going to help you, methinks. So yeah, we just get the Omni Negate. It is not a question. Now it does cycle them for 1, but it's only going to cycle them for 1 because the tokens spawn out of thin air. I now have an Omni Negate and a Compulse, and worst comes to worst, I could tag Valor out. Special summon this if you do add that to your hand. That's okay. You wait. We wait. It's pretty simple. You can special this from your hand. Okay. We wait. Now they can chain block the Link 2. If it's got an on-summon. I forget if it has an on-summon. It doesn't have an on-summon. Quick effect, you can target 1 effect monster you control. It can target itself. Yeah, we're good. Oh wait. Well, that was dumb. I should have used the Compulse on it, actually. Change it back to auto. Draw 2 cards. Yeah, okay, one of those is going to the grave anyway. Sorry, you drew a card. You probably have a monster in those. Get rid of it. Instead, from the hand, you can special summon Under Patrol from your deck. Okay. You haven't used your normal summon yet. So I guess there's that. End phase. Compulse. You have no plunder. Which means you have no field. I probably should have used the compulse on the link too and maintained the Ha. But regardless, we went first and we did enough of the things. No, we went second and we just did fine. We opened Raigeki and Reborn. We can win going second. Your opponent just needs to not be playing a real deck. I mean, Sanga's good to have in multiples if we're gonna do that. The X-Saber would have been better if it was a duplicate, because that means it's then a Rescue Rabbit target. Which we do have a Rescue Rabbit. I think we have one as a login, but we do have one that we can actually just use. Archfiend's Oath, Evil Swarm, Satella, Orcust, Prawns, Rika. Okay, that is not very much to work with. What about the next one? Surely we're going to get something cool from this. We put in so much effort. We went second. Do you know how hard that is to do? Apparently the game does know how hard it is to go second. And they do not care. On with the next duel, I guess. Oops, all dupes. That might be the phrase I have to start using. It rhymes. It's perfect. Because, which we already have, or that's not new, and nothing new here are, you know, getting old real fast, and all the variations I have. My lexicon is not infinite. My vocabulary has a limit. Well, Tiz going first. We have 2 of the going first cards. Boss stage and a mysterious back row. What more could I possibly need? I've even got a hand trap. Possibly. Something about that field makes me think I do have a hand trap, but you know, I'm not sure yet. Okay, well this is going through without a question, so I am going to get a little greedy and get Lopter. Because worst comes to worst, Lopter can tribute himself. If they're going to drop put Lopter, then okay. Because drop put would have cleared anything anyway. The only thing Ha would have done would have forced it, so... Heavy Storm. Yeah, sure. We'll just get this out of here. You control a card now. Well, no, you don't actually control a card, but yeah, sure. Right, there's Ha. We've got our Omni Negate. The field spell did its job. And Cosmic, that I guess just isn't needed. 5-card hand. We've got 1 Omni Negate, and if you rotor, I can send a monster. Beyond that, I have a Bestial, and I'm not even sure if that's going to do it. It might not matter. Fallen of Albaz. I do kind of have to stop that. Which means you probably have a response for this. You do not have a response for this. 1, I thought they would have had something for that. I'm getting deja vu, but it was a different field, wasn't it? I can't remember what field the other opponent was on. Well, we stopped Albaz. The connection failed. Ah yes, the definitely failed connection. We even get 3 legacy tickets for it. Nick. No, it was the only one. They just... Did they have similar profile pics? They have the same icon. They have different frames. And of course different fields and, you know, all that jazz. But it has happened that I have ran into the same person, like, on the ladder within the space of, what, hour and a half? Which is a bit weird, but it has happened. Drastic drop-off and appropriate. That's not... it's not good, but it's not bad. And then likewise with appropriate. Like, appropriate is like, oh dear, they did actually activate Max C. And I don't think appropriate works on, like... I'm not sure, actually. I don't think it's worth playing appropriate to play, like, you know, into Fua, C, Perulia, etc. Leaffish is good, but I'm not sure if we can make use of it. Goes and match, you say? More floodgates for the stun pile, you say? Stun for the stun god. Floodgates. All the floodgates. It, like, on a genuinely serious note, stun is without a doubt the easiest deck to build in Masochist. I think everyone can agree on that. Tribute an Ignista to special summon it. Unfortunate. Like I would be playing it Ignistas. It is Compulse, but it is just Compulse only on attack positions. Regenesis Cycle. Banish. Huh. That's a neat card. I don't know what we have with those kind of stats. And Doja Magic. That is awful. I don't think Constructed Ojamas would survive Platinum, being completely honest. Unless you won the majority of your coin flips. Because there are some people who just, like, have seen it, but will just, like, I don't want to cope with that. I don't want to sit through this. So, you've got Plated. We have a Regenesis, which is MST. Okay, what do we have in the way of monsters with 2500 defense? Okay, can't use tab. Come on. And I guess we need main deck. We have oh wait, Nemliria's. Right. 25 attack, 25 defense, 15, 25, 25. Okay. So like Nemliria with Regenesis kind of works. We have the Fanbird Dragon that we've never really been able to find a use for. Kaiju's, Vala. I guess we should start with our own deck. I don't know why I didn't think about that. So we got Vala. We've got every Bestial. Neither of those. Alpha. 1, 2. 2 cards in the extra, I think. Yeah, just 2 cards in the extra. Huh. We got a Shatos, Krakorn. Not a lot, as it turns out. We have Therian Lily. Yeah, we have a couple Therian cards. And we have this one, which was also a really early pull. Chaos. What's your conditions? 2 or more light and or dark dragons. Right. You need an established field already. What about effect monsters with 25 attack stat? It looks like you see similar cards, not all the same, but similar. Frody, Eldritch, BES. So I don't think it really does anything at this moment in time. It's interesting. Unlike Gozen, which is just a good card, but not particularly interesting. I think I genuinely have like enough cards that if I were to play Stun, I would fill out a 60 card Highlander. You know? I could run entirely one odds as a stun pile, and I think I'd have like a full deck of at least halfway decent cards. Impulse Boltrake. I'll take those. That seems like a decent hand. What do you do? Ah, you summon. Absolutely not. Supposedly Constellar turn skips. Or like the new... I'm not sure if it's just Constellar, if you just call it like Tellarknight. Or just Teller. Ah. I was kind of hoping you'd put something in the grave first. If this card is something, you can add one from your deck to your hand. Okay. Special. That one's from not this wave, but like the last wave of support, I think. Can you put like a monster in the grave? Pretty please. I can play it if you don't, but if you do, it'd be really nice. All I've heard is that they're able to turn skip. And like, they had an old turn skip. I don't think I need to get that yet. Like, they have a really old, really bad turn skip in Ptolemaeus. But I'm not sure if they're just able to get to it easier. From your hand or grave. We're gonna take the bet that you don't have one in hand. Which is probably poor odds, but I'm gonna, you know, I gotta do something with it. Okay, it worked. They did not, in fact, have one in hand. Now, it's not like this does anything. It can't tribute itself to banish a thing. They might think it can, though, which is enough. Yeah, once per chain, quick effect, detach 3. You can detach 7, skip the end, skip your opponent's next turn. During the end phase, you can attach a Tellarknight. What's your banish effect? You don't have a banish effect. Is it the detached one? You don't. I'm confused. It's a Tellarknight spell. Banish 1, detach 1. This effect becomes the banished monster's effect when it was normal summoned. Right. So yeah, can you make us 7 material legacies? I have done 2 things which don't seem to slow you down all that much. Oh no. I mean, I did kind of want that for Destrudo, but it's fine. You're making a rank 5? Making a rank 6? 7? Rank 7. Okay, so there's no turn skip. Well, you have 7 or more Telenite ones with different names in your grave or banishment, which you don't because that's a snack game. Once per turn, quick effect, you can attach any target that many monsters your opponent controls, shuffle them into the deck. Okay, so you've got a deck shuffle. You can do it for 2. Let's do it like this then. Because that doesn't stop anything. Yeah, so you've just got a deck shuffle for 2. Plus a mystery 2 cards in hand. You did say target. Yep, you do say target. What are you thinking? Are you not thinking? Do you not want to deal with generators? I've still got a normal summon. Normal summon. And I think that is worth doing. This card specials regardless, it's just whether it specials as a 7 or as a 3. Targeting the Pathfinder means they have to bounce. No, okay, they're gonna let the Destrudo summon, they're possibly then just gonna get rid of Destrudo after. You're not. It's not what I would expect. During your opponent's turn. Yazi can't be targeted. I think it is just Yazi. You have a banished 4, so I can make an 8. We keep, yeah, this is the play. Target that many monsters. Good old Yazi. Now this will be banished, regardless. They are just shuffling both generators anyway, so yeah. Given that Lopter goes to the deck, and this one would get banished, I'm just going to keep Lopter in the grave. It summons in attack position anyway. So, in this case, let's just get Big Beat Stick. Yeah, that one gets banished, these both die, I'm not going to use the effect. We're then going to special, which means I could get the other generator. That is moderately funny, actually. I've forgotten about that. But I'm going to go Chaos Mirage. And I have locked myself at some point. I have locked myself at some point. Chaos Mirage is a light monster. I should have gone for Nidhogg. It's fine. Nidhogg would have been the better choice. I'd completely forgotten about the Dominus at the start of the duel. As so often happens with me. They are not doing a lot anyway by themselves. I don't take any damage, so I will take that. Summon a Teller from your hand or grave, you can indeed do that. You have monsters. I do think, I mean, obviously it doesn't matter they had Dark Ruler, but yeah, they are an Xyz deck. I really should have just gone with the other one. Maybe the rumors I've heard of Turn Skip Turbo are exaggerated. can break apart my board of monsters, they just can't kill me. I mean, you got most of your gear actually. I'd be damn well surprised if you couldn't break apart my board. Okay. You make everything a dark. They have a thing around 7s. Talent icon solar producers. If XC summon type 1, add to your hand. Dash 1 becomes. I mean, you have like. You do have like 7 XC's material on the field at the moment, but I don't think you could like merge those into a rank 4. And even if you could, I'm not actually sure what you do. I mean, they will just make the 7 probably. And then target and bounce. I don't know. Oh wait, no, it's shuffle. Which means I can make my mistakes all anew. Okay. Are there any 1 cards that do this? Like, I have Raigeki, but I don't think Raigeki does it. I'm just gonna be completely honest. But if I did make a 9, what would I have gone with? There's Tolmias. You don't have the materials from it. You may have forgotten about the Dark Ruler. Well, it's really not looking good. Correct. It is looking fucking awful. But, I mean, I was expecting that we would get turn skipped, and we haven't been turn skipped. So, we got top decks. You have a instant convulse. I have a crackdown. Cards. It's monsters. Fight for the last card. Okay. Let's play at ease. Well, that's rude. I probably should have tried to bluff evenly matched, shouldn't I? I'm not sure if it would have done anything, but I probably should have tried to bluff evenly matched. Should I have tried to make a rank 9? Probably not. Could have done. But I'm not actually sure where it would have got me. Once again, we are going second. Which is fine. I mean, the hand's been worse, the hand's been better. If I use Impulse, I can't use Alpha, so we need to see what the opponent does to decide whether Impulse is worth it. Which it probably just will be. Banish 10. Yeah, stopping the opponent seems like it'd be a very handy thing. Why is why? It's just the player, right? Yeah, it's just the player. Cool. Draw 2, Radiant Spectre. It's not going to be Exodia. I don't think it'd be Sky Striker, would it? It is Sky Striker. I just, you know, using Pot of Desires because that is objectively what you should do, apparently. I hope you banished your other 2 engages. Well, did they actually just add engage? No. I hope you banish your 3rd engage. Like, just as a small favour. Like, I'm not sure I have the grind game to compete here. I can do Special Summon to attempt to bounce, which probably won't work, because they're going to use Spell Effect, not Monster Effect, which makes the Chalice irrelevant. Normal Summon the Condemned, which also probably won't work. Why are you setting cards? You got... Yeah, I was about to say you got Ray, right? Yeah, no, that's cool. You can still just make Link ones if I, you know, let it go, so there's no point in using the Dominus Impulse at the moment. But assuming they're going to end on the Link 2, it might actually be worth just using Chalice immediately. Okay, so there we have a Link 2. So the, yeah, Sky Striker Ace 0, which, hold on, adds a Sky Striker spell. Tribute this special, yeah. So, unless they are actually playing Eagle Booster, which fewer and fewer people seem to be doing, then Chalice goes hard. You know, force it, Impulse. It is now not left the field by my card effect, it is, you know, theirs. Which means that Ray doesn't come back. It still doesn't look good on the fact that they've just got, you know, engage, into engage, into engage, into Lemniscape, and engage. Like, the thing is that normal summon doesn't even get stopped by compulse because it's, you know, quick effect. And those face downs more likely than not consist of a Widow Anchor somewhere in there. Maybe even Emperors. Alright. I see what you... I can either Alpha or Ogre. I can't do both. Of course they get Lemniscape to reset everything, yep. Huh. Right, so I can either get Ogre or I can get Alpha. I can't do both. I think I can activate Ogre Effect, and they might not want to play against Kashtira, so they might see this as a threat. And although the Alpha can't activate its effect, okay. Yeah, I think we then go normal summon. They're not really going to do monster effects, so I'm kind of relying on activating this on attack declaration. Okay. That's fine. You do have... You could return one card. We're gonna go battle phase. We're just gonna attempt to punch. We're gonna use the effect. We're gonna try and stack your top deck. by banishing cards that will... fuck's sake. Yeah, okay, sure. Like, on the plus side, I could get Alpha on my side of the field. On the downside, it doesn't matter. Right, main 2. We will, in fact, special summon the Alpha anyway. I could get my Ogre back, like, right now, but I don't think there's a point to it. I could put this back in the extra, but I also don't think there's a point to it, because then the Ray can float. Although... yeah. Let's do it. Not sure if it is the right move, but it is what I'm doing. And I would get it back in the end phase anyway. But I think I prefer this. I know the difference is small, nigh imperceptible. Gate wears off, we have a Compulse, we have an Impulse, we have a way to get into Lopter to get to Valor. Or Lopter to get to Nidhogg, because Nidhogg stops a Link, so when it is not on the field, that is a Judgment-like effect. Okay. So I do this. Compulse for this one, which possibly forces it, I'm not sure. It does. Which means we can use the Impulse. We got full value from the back row as much as we could. I mean, yeah, you could return cards on my field to the hand. I don't know whether they're going to. I don't think they do. Five cards. What's that? 6 cards. They're putting the Alpha back in my hand, which is oddly generous of them. They did return 6. Okay. Bye-bye my spell traps. It's almost like they did things. Yeah, I mean, let that go through. Not that I can stop it, but I could have got into her to force and send a monster. Draw 2 cards. I think they are actually out of monsters at this point. It feels like they're out of monsters. I'm going to bank on that being the case. Send a monster if you have one. No, they choose not to. Which does give them a monster, but it doesn't mean they can link summon with it. It just means they've got a beat stick if they take control of it. Although they don't even have that because it was summoned in defense position this turn, so they can't change it. I'm happy I had the right intuition. It's a shame it didn't pay off. Because I think they can make Zeke with that. Well, yeah, it would block their spells, but I'm pretty sure they can make Zeke or Azalea. And they should be running one of those two, at minimum. We're about to see if they do. Yeah, there's a link too. Could just be SP, but no, there you go, Zeke. What is Zeke's requirement? 2 including. What is Camellia? 2 effect, 2 light or dark. Spectra is 2 monsters including a link, and that's 2 monsters including a link. That's 2 light and or darks. So yeah, you've got like 4 generic ones. As far as they are concerned, you've got 4 very generic monsters you could just make. The problem is they don't have a lot of attack. Which means I can get Ogre or I can get Alpha. Again, same as last turn. Assuming I don't die this turn. Which is entirely possible. They're getting Widow Anchor again. Yeah, it really is just a grind game I can't actually get through. I need to, like, actually open cards and go first. I did not open cards, I did not go first. And so, I mean, the thing is, Sky Striker can actually play going second pretty well. Like, stopping Engage doesn't do it because Engage isn't hard once. Also, that is just like 9,000 points damage, whatever. Yeah, they do just have the damage for it, I'm pretty sure. Because that can tag into... Did I negate 0? Wait, I negated 0 this turn. So they can't do 0. But they can do this one, and then tag again. Which means the highest is, what, another 25? Unless they want to use another Kagari. Or I guess no, they can do another 3k. But they just can't hit the last 12 because I negated that effect already, and they can't try and use it again. So I live, right? Yeah. They thought they could. I almost thought they could. But that was this turn. Oh, I don't think they set the Widow. I'm not sure they need to, but I don't think they did. Right, so in terms of order, they actually have 3k attack, so we can do this first now. They knew we had it, and they can stop it if they want. They can pop it if they want. What's your thing? Tribute, 1 from Deck or Brave, then you can destroy. What can I make? Yeah, not worth it. Right, destruction is happening. Of what, I don't know. Possibly the Alpha, possibly the Ogre, it doesn't really matter which one. I would think they're going to get rid of the Alpha. because otherwise I can just bring that back, because their 2 monsters are 3,000 total. But maybe they care about me banishing their stuff more. They care about me banishing their stuff more. I'll give you Ray back. Fine. I mean, I, like, haven't won this for a second. In fact, if they have another Hayate, they can just kill me. I'll save them the time it takes to do it. The only card in hand is a generator which can't be used. That 3 is rough. We get hard stock in Plat at a variety of ranks. And I have no idea what the logic is behind it each time. I guess it's just about what decks people aren't, pardon me, playing. That's the only thing I can assume it'd be. No response from the game server. Tell you what, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to get myself another drink. I will be right back. And returned. With much creak of chair. Yeah, just on with the next one. It's what we were going to do. Kellogg's. Okay, that is a name, I guess. I'll go in second. What kind of a connotation Kellogg's have as a duelist name? The closest thing that comes to mind is, of course, just, like, cereal. And when I'm thinking cereal and Yugioh, I'm thinking Prank Kids. That's about it. Alright. It's our first hand opening Ghost Ogre. And I don't think it does anything here. But we have one. Okay. We have a normal summon. That works. We go battle phase. We poke you for 100. Does this threaten you? No. Apparently not. We poke you for 2,800 and threaten top 5 cards of your deck. Lich. Alright. I mean, I guess there is a chance I banish him from the top 5 cards of the deck, and that puts him in a real rough spot. I don't actually want them to have Ash Blossom. Get the extra copy. It's better off on field for me. But boss fight will give them Ash Blossom. Fuck. I hadn't thought about that one. I mean, which gets us to Lopter? Lopter gets us to any specific name. don't have anything. Okay, hold on. Tribute for the stand. Let's either be. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, I can special summon Eldritch. Okay. Weird things? Can't be destroyed by card effects, okay. Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm probably gonna get rid of this now. Just so it's out of here. Get me a Lopter. Yeah, they drew the 8 for turn. I can compulse him, but he's still a threat. One Eldritch monster from your deck, extract or graveyard. One of your... Actually, hold on. It cannot be destroyed. So, what do you do if this ritual consumes or card effect? Yeah, we hold for a minute. Mad Golden Lord. Right, so I have to target this, right? I can also banish one of the top 5 cards of their deck now, which means I could get rid of the Ash Blossom. They don't have quick effects. I'm liking the situation slightly more. Let's negate this one. And we wait. Also, they're shuffling the order of the deck, so there's not a guarantee that they actually get into an Ash Blossom off the generator boss fight anymore. Like, I can curate what they're going to top deck and decide if I want the boss fight. So, I think I do just banish this one. I want to do this one now, because I know what their top deck is. And I want to do this one then following, so I can get rid of this. No, they just got the trap. I can get out Yugioh to banish this. Yeah. They shouldn't have an Ash Blossom in hand. Just use Yugioh to get rid of the ritual. I know they can also special summon Eldritch from the grave, but they're going to have to commit to a card action or other. Something. What do you got? I don't think they have anything that I need to be worried about. Like, they've got this, but that's a slow. Yeah. I can't stop it anyway. Add a Vendread spell trap. Right, we do it here because that makes them then send a monster. I think it is just going to be Ha. They could get rid of any of these ones, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, because that one adds a ritual spell. Yeah, send a card, please. This is proving to be a lot more difficult than I was thinking. And also, going back around to the topic at the start of this duel, Kellogg's is not something that makes me think Eldritch. You know, Vendread. No, not gonna do anything just now. I'm gonna wait. I still have an Omni-Negate and a Banish. It will take all of my generators to do it, but I have them. And the field spell is established, which is the important bit. Link 2. Savior. Okay. Got a Vendread Engrave out of its hand, so... Re-Vendread Origin. Okay. I'm a little confused at where you're going with all this. Hand or grave. You can banish them. Okay, so you're just getting it back out for free. Which isn't too scary. Like, I'm still a little confused, but I don't really know why I should be scared. Before the end of the main phase. Alright. Yeah, it's that phase. I'll wait for you to declare an attack. And yeah, he's gonna die anyway. Get out of here. Alright, and I still have an Omni-Negate. This, yeah, I don't think... Oh wait, no, this one could have done it. No, if this card battles, it couldn't have done. You would have just met it. Excuse me. I mean, I didn't think beating Eldritch would be easy per se, but I did not expect it to be this. I think my play next turn is to summon this back and synchro with it. Assuming they let me. Right, do I... No. I don't think I do let you, which is annoying, because then that means my play next turn will banish R and Guard, or I have a second Guard, or I don't have a second R. We've got one Eldritch there, where's the other one? In hand. I can't remember where the other Eldritch went. Who knows? Dark Ruler is not something I need at the moment. Yeah, it's gonna hurt, but it's gonna have to do. Give me your monster. Right. Attribute lock. It's the wrong attribute. I don't know why I did that. I keep thinking that Ruddy is a specific attribute, and I'm always wrong. Yeah, Yeah, it turns out I don't actually have to be scared about anything because I'm an idiot. 5 cards. Pre-prep. Quaquero, Conquistador, Slayer, Ash. Quaquero doesn't do anything for you at the moment. No, you got an Eldritch Engrave, it kind of does. I'm not scared about your rituals at the moment, I'll say that. During damage calculation, Zenda Zombie, that opponent's monster loses attack equal to the level times 200. So I could lose up to 1,000. 800 would do it. What are the odds you're playing something like that? Pretty high. I may have messed up. I could have done the exact same thing just using the Ghost Ogre as the synchro material, like normal summon Ghost Ogre. And use Set Conquistador. Just get Valor into rotation. And you know what? Yeah, Chain Link 1. Chain Link 2. Not that it matters. I couldn't have even made this Synchro 11. What actually is that, huh? So the play was actually summoned Legatia, because this was summoned properly. Yes, you can add a Vendor card from your grave to your hand. I'm not going to stop you doing. Oh, I should have Ghost Ogre. I've been holding this Ghost Ogre for next year, apparently. Welcome to the misplays. Delta, Elband, Curse, Slayer, Delta. I mean, you got the one engraved, and that's the one you need in rotation, so let's just keep you off of, like, Eldritch things, I guess, right? Yep, you go ahead, you Ritual Summon Avendred. Yeah, see, it didn't matter about the slide. I might be trying to convince myself that everything's fine. No, it's not worth it. I don't know what I'm going to really send it on though, unless I do it on Battle Lord. That's a Synchro monster. It's a Chaos Angel. That's a Dark Chaos Angel. I mean, I could just blow it up, but it maintains, like, it just maintains the Ghost Ogre, and, like, keeps Heart in rotation. Yeah, you didn't make it with a light monster, so that's fine by me. I'm using farm too much time to think as well. That time on the left is Awful Woe. Is that a Golden Land? Go for it. This is live, so you do just have a pop one, but, you know, what can I do? I feel like I've just made misplays along the way. So yeah, send that. Get yourself that special account. Gotta pop one. Whatever you want. You're not going to use it. I guess they're going to use it as removal. Like interruption. 8. To make Slayer again. Finish level 4 low. Okay. So you got him back. Okay. So that clears that, that clears that. Oh, they're not even going to use the effect. That's rude. Come on, why don't you use Battle Lord effect? You don't know what I have. No, you're just going to make it stand. I think they have enough for legal. Oh yeah, that is over. That is over 8,000. And they dropped it again. That wasn't smart. Deck extra, deck will grave. Right, you're just going to pump it back up even higher. And you get that back. And if you do special summon that monster, I guess here it is. The Ghost Ogre I was saving all year. I'm gonna save that. And I'm not actually dead. Now I am. It's over 9,000! Well, fun duel anyway. It's not your run-of-the-mill duel that you run into Eldritch Vendread. I mean, Eldritch every now and then. But Vendread, I don't know the last time I have seen them outside the solo mode. Right, what miracles? We're going first. We don't really have a going first hand. I could steal that filler. Okay, that was a little strange. It was a rather interesting game. Yeah, I don't really need that filler for anything, so I'm cool. That'll do me. I can banish from top of deck. I can get myself to the field spell at a very costly price of giving them a draw. Level 6 Alola Dino. Let's see what they add first. It is fur higher. Okay. I think they have a good amount of extenders. But I don't know how good an amount. Not just getting steamrolled. Yeah. The back and forth is fun. Where it exists. For the most part. There's some back and forth games which I'm just never going to be convinced that they're fun. Even if other people would look at it and say, wow, that was so cool. Like, Branded's a very interactive deck. Like, it doesn't really do hard negates for the most part. But you're gonna have a hard time convincing me that it's, you know, cool and neat. canine fur hire. I'm sure there is synergy. I do not know what it is. Let's get rid of one of the top 5. Yugioh, Ash, Roy, Case. Case is a 3 of. Rex feels like a 3 of. Yugioh. I got no idea, actually. What are the limits on these cards? That one's semied. Let's just get rid of the case. Let's try not to think too hard on it. End phase. Oh, and it goes through. In this case, I mean, I still get the tokens. Which means I can just banish this for free. So this is an instance where it managed to leave them on nothing. Probably because they didn't have anything in hand. I only need like 3,000. Only. Change. That doesn't do it. I think I do steal theirs from the grave, though. Okay. Takes another card out of the hand. You know what else that does? It allows me to look at the top of your deck again. Ash is not a starter. It does stop the generator field spell, though. I do have 2 cards in my hand, but if I know I have to play around that, then I can just ignore it. I don't have 2 cards in hand anymore. And you can't stop the field spell. So I can comfortably get myself an Omni Negate. There you go, I've got a Banish and an Omni Negate. And you've got a 4-card hand. Anyway. Rex, Yugioh, Rex, C. I guess, yeah, let's just keep getting rid of names. You already used this, so let's just get rid of Noroi. 2 cards in hand. I've got an Omni Negate, and yeah, I've got an Omni Negate. I mean, I'll let you do it. You do remember Ha has another effect than Omni Negate. I'm sure they have to know. Did I just forget to attack last turn? I guess I just forgot to attack last turn. No, we'll just keep you off the last thing. It's that easy. I think I forgot to attack last turn. Did I just go like end phase? What did I do? Okay, well they're starting to actually get through things. I have to get through all the rest of my disruption. Okay, got a 3 and a 5. No tuners. I don't think there's any like link things you can do with that. Maybe there are. What are your links require? Different types. Different. Oh, just different types, all of them. And one monster your opponent controls. Oh, no, okay, you're doing that thing. And then you get one more monster. Okay. They got Nibiru. I don't think I'm really gonna play into Nibiru. But they are still doing fur hire things, and that is probably scary. I really did just forget to attack that turn. I'm dumb as hell. Alright, so they can crash the Yugioh, which is probably what they end up doing. Or they just... yeah, that would make sense. It's unfortunate. Not that the 5,000 battle damage seems to have really mattered. I've got Dark Cooler, I've got one monster. I can't use Valor unless I draw a generator card. And I'm not sure it's going to matter. Okay, so I did just miss a battle phase. But I mean, it's gonna matter if I could get 3,000 points damage on board now. If I can clear... no, because I've got Dark Cooler, and that's probably my out. Compulse. That is not an out to this. Well, that looked like it was going really well at the start. But, no, something about it. Someone will have to let me know if that's defeat from the jaws of victory, but either way it is defeat, which means just on with the next one. Rough end. But was okay. I haven't played against Fur Hire in forever, and I didn't have to play against the canine stuff, so yeah, we'll take it. I've had enough a canine to last me many, many times. Of course, second hand, this is not. Well, probably not. We'll have to see what they do. I'm not gonna... Did Fur Hire get new support? Yeah, it's in the new pack. the current selection pack with like Pumpkin. I mean, I think even if we did have a Jerusalem opportunity, I would probably do it on my turn, because I want to get over out. That said, I don't think we're going to have a Jerusalem opportunity. Draketail doesn't seem to play a lot of Dark Monsters, or Light Monsters. Secretarion. So why is this up so high? I know this is like an anti-card for the mirror. Your opponent cannot activate the effects of Special Summon Dragon or Spellcasters. Well, so much for my Synchro 10 strat. You managed to get your Ketu and Rahu again. I will say, if it's just Secretarion Pass, that feels like a very weird thing, but it shouldn't be. No. Of course not. It is crazy how Ketu got put to 1, and Branded Fusion was still just kind of like left at 2. They literally printed better Branded Fusion, or, you know, a different Branded Fusion, decided that, you know, nah, maybe this is a bit broken. What about actual Branded Fusion? So yeah, you just cycle it all right. There's a flame, which is a spell negate. Joke's on you, mate. Don't have spells. I also don't have a monster that's really particularly great to summon. Like, this is a psychic and it's got 3100, but that's about it. It's a special summon dragon monster, which means it won't be able to do things because Secretarion. I'm being floodgated by a card that shouldn't, by any logistical means, floodgate me. Okay. We're probably close to the end of this, right? We are close to the end of it. I also don't think this does much of anything. Like, the traps are okay, but not summon this turn, and you know what that means, I'm waiting on them to summon another thing. Top cards, please. If you're gonna max see me anyway, then I might as well. So I can't do boss fight. Let's just get rid of Outlaws, right? How many copies of Outlaws are you actually playing? Yep. I can't say I don't expect them to fusion summon. Bestial is not going to be putting in much work. They also do have just, you know, max C in the grave, so I don't really want to do it in the first place. They don't leave their Dark Draketail in the graveyard long enough for me to even consider using a Bestial on it. Although it's in the grave now. Right, that's an attack position thing. And they've got Sting there. Continue your main phase. Yes, please. I'm gonna set one mystery card. Set 2 mystery card. Set 3 mystery cards. And then we're gonna find out that one's flame and we can cry. I think it is just that simple. I just want to get this out there. You dodged the fucking bestial. Yeah. You go for it. I wouldn't like that they can just like put the target back on the bottom of the deck and get a card for it. They didn't put that one back. They let me banish the thing. Alright. Well, they aren't letting this resolve, I know that. Like, I am hyper aware that it's not resolving. Another one. I'm already losing this anyway, we might as well, go all in on it. Yeah. No, you just have everything, don't you? Hilarious. Amazing. It's like exactly what I want. I imagine that we're going to be deranking from 3 pretty soon. Yep. This is the rank down duel. Stakes are high. Okay, we win the coin toss. Does that mean we get a chance? Yeah, I'll go in first. That is a hand with a chance, I shall say that. Give me a Forbidden Quick Play spell. And it gets given. Set mystery card, we will play into Mech Knights. Conscious decision. I do not care. I've seen Mech Knights once in the past 200 games. Okay, yeah, it does resolve. Nice. Anyway, tokens. They're thinking about something. Condemn Witch can tag out for lot. We can make an Omni. We can then get Bolt Rake out to tribute off the remaining token as a extra deck banish. Smart. I mean, you know I had it anyway. Okay, that resolves. So we get ourselves a Lopter, which means that Snow being, 2250 does not matter. Element. Yeah, cool. Special summon this from your hand. If you do, then you can send the top 3. Okay. What are your various texts? Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. I think we can manage. Send the top 3. Those are Mitsu cards. Okay, so the way this is going to go is we're going to say no to that one, because you missed on your mill. We're then going to say 1. And 2. That's a Tear Trap, which is RCA okay. Is Har a card effect, yes or no? I'm going to assume Har is a card effect, and so I'm not going to do that. Like, it makes the player choose, but on the side of caution. Link 2. Moon, which just is not happening. Like, not in the slightest. Did you not know that Boldrake had an effect, or were you waiting? Were you baiting? From your hand or field, so you just kind of had one. That's crazy. That is genuinely mental. Oh wait, no, you can also. So they probably don't. Right, let's just get this. Adamitsu, take 800, special Adamitsu. Don't have one in Grave, so you're just going to add Adamitsu. And you see now our secret effect. I'll risk it. Tearland names a few, and I know you added a Habakiri. That doesn't stop the effect. Well, now I know you only have one monster in hand on field. It does mean you're going to send the Snow instead of the Habakiri, which kind of has to be fine. One card Habakiri. Special summon, then tribute. Then, if it's card's normal special summon or tributed, you can add them into Spell Trap. Okay, add them into Spell Trap. Because I can banish one card they control at some point during this. Ritual summon from your deck or ritual summon from your hand. From your deck. Right. Um... Okay, in this instance, all we do is we just do this one. They're going to kill everything anyway. So if you want to make me negate that, you're welcome to. I will simply not discard. Nope. You're going to blow up my field, and then I've got Jerusalem anyway. Anyway. I'm going to hazard a guess they forgot about the Jerusalem that was on my side of the field. By a card effect. Oh. Well, if you insist. Yeah, that will do the game. Let's not pretend it won't. Well, if nothing else, this is a deck that I'm happy I stomped into the fucking ground. It is just bullshit pile turbo. You want to mill cards, but you want to mill the right cards. Why, thank you. You're a very encouraging chatter. Encouraging participant. Worthy ally. 2 supers. Solitaire's decent, but, you know, we'd need a lot more to get the zombies to work. Kindly companion. Maybe even a chill capybara. Okay, we got 2 shinies. We've got an RB card, which if we control nothing or only RBs, we're going to special it, but we don't really have RBs. Azathoth is good for a flip deck. I'm a fun streamer. Aww. Trumpeter's really cool. But I think we have our copies already. Hanzo. Well, that is the card for ninjas, right? Normal, add an art. Flip or special, add a monster. I mean, if you're gonna just give me one, I definitely won't say no. Dogoran. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Can we get something even more epic than a Dogoran? Legend of Legend Domain is not it. However, it's not too bad. It's a stall duck kind of card. You're just gonna hope that you can last 3 turns. I need to control 3 or more, so that really is a trap turbo deck. Who's in the... Oh, that's Gearfried, Landstar, and Panther Warrior. It's kind of neat. We do have Evil Eye cards. What Evil Eye cards? I can't remember. But this is as good a time as any to look. You are relatively new to the stream, or to this channel. The Dogoran was a fantastic pull for this reason. I have a Kaiju deck, more or less, with just Ghost Second stuffs. I don't know exactly what I'm taking out. I also need to put in the Ghost Ogre and the trade-in. I need to then cut this down by a couple of cards in a minute, but for the moment... It is a good deck. The problem is it is still a going second deck. It's got some real sick plays for it. It's also got some real stinkers. There are no two ways about it. There is an argument to be made that Brave should be Legatia. Or maybe that, like, we drop the Orochi. Maybe that we drop the Orochi. No Impulse in the Go second deck. The thing is, Impulse locks you out of 3 attributes, right? Earth, Light, Wind. I know we've got a lot of darks, but now with the addition of Ghost Ogre, Light, Earth, Wind, Earth, Light. And so it's a good chunk of our main deck. And then from the extra deck, we've got Zeta, who comes up. We've got Spark Dragon, Star Eater, Brave, Gogenzeka, Transverser, which could probably come out, actually. But, like, yeah, there's a good few things it does lock us out of. And the idea is that, like, it would do good at stopping the opponent. But, I don't know. It feels weird. Speaking of feels weird, I think I do have to cut this. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I do, and I'm not sure what I'm replacing things with. Cut. So yeah, let's go Synchro. Let's go for 12. Let's put in Legatia. Oh, we do have an Auxilia. We could probably do Centurion at some point. Links. Transverse. Oh, wait. Links are very important. Something that didn't come up in the Generator deck ever. Cerberus. We got a Cerberus at some point. That is an expensive Go second card, but it can be a Go second card. It's pretty generic. Now, if I drop off the 2 from Links, is there anything that I'd want? Because in terms of Xyz, there's like several things I could put. Like, we've got 7s. We've got a good chunk of 7s and 6s, I guess. I don't think there's anything link-wise that we want to put in. Although, what's related to you? Okay, so we don't have the main deck monsters. And we're missing Celine. We have Celine at home. There's some life point cost. You lose 500. But it's not take damage. Okay. So we have Evil Eye stuff, but not quite enough to really get it to work. There's not really a link monster I'd want to put in. No. There are some alright 7s and 6s. Yeah. And yeah, Blink 2 rating as well. Like, we do have Shangira, but Shangira only gets from deck, and we do have the continuous spell, but we don't have a way to search it, so there's no point leaning into that. We could put in 7s and put in, like, Mountain Smasher as a beat stick to just start stealing their material. But I think if we're able to get 2 7s on the field, then Mountain Smasher is probably not the best option. like, because our 2/7s are a combination of Radiant, the 2 Kashtira's, and the other Dark Dragon. This guy. Also, I could probably chuck in another one of these. How many normal summons does that give me? A few. Probably a few too many. Thing is, I only have 5 ranks, or 5 level 6s, but maybe it is a rank 6. I'm not sure. Has this one ever come up? No. The Tax Dragon? Yeah, I do have the Tax Dragon. And if we're an OTK deck, then there is a chance that that's what's needed to finish the job. Yeah, I guess we could take that. Right, save that. And yeah, we have like so many Trumpeters. Okay, we only have 2 Soul Piece. We have the 1 Soul Piercer we're allowed to. But otherwise we are missing all the consistency. We have a couple Synchros and we have a Scarecrow. Yeah, something. I don't think there was really anything else to look up in terms of related cards. It was kind of this, really. Oh wait, actually, speaking of the Go Second deck, we do have a trap card we could put in. We are on Kaijus. I'm not sure if it's worth it. Probably isn't. I think we are just... No. We are just trying to OTK. To the best of our ability. Which is mixed. We've had results. We've had flops. I don't think there's anything better. We've got way too many of that one. Okay, I said that was enough, an interesting one for Sangha earlier, but we've got more than enough. You've even got a playset of Waboku now. Yeah, I don't think any of this really enables anything, or is particularly interesting for some reason. Like, we don't have enough 4s to really, like, do the whole Utopia the Lightning thing that we talked about, like, right at the start of the stream. So yeah, I think that's probably a wrap on today. We managed to just about keep in Platinum 3. We got some interesting stuff for the Going second deck. The Going first did get a slight improvement. Nothing drastic, but it is something. Yeah, I'm happy with the extra. And we have direction for the next time we get down to gold. I should just kind of like remember with that one, methinks. Not sure if there was anything else to really check there, but yeah. Right, and that means it's time to update the statistics. So if we go to the data, 2,670. Just a couple duels. Oh, did I just turn off the block? Yeah, there we go. 2,670. 1,074. Okay, so we won 8. I think that's actually a 50% win rate today. That's not too bad. I'm happy with that. It's good enough. And where are we at? We're still approximately a 40% win rate. Cut this in 2, which makes 537. It's over 50? Didn't we just play 16? Ah well, I'll be able to literally check the VOD back if I'm, you know, that confused about it. 8 out of 14. Oh, did we play 14? That is over 50%, which makes not our first time. There was a stream where I played a whole 3 duels and then went to deck building, so that stream technically has a 100% win rate. But, yeah, no, I think this is probably the highest legitimate win rate over the course of the stream, in that case. I mean, even if it is dead on 50%, that's not bad. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, right. So 1,074, 537, which is 20% of it, and then so times that by 5, you would have 2,500, 150, so that's 2,650, and 7. We are just slightly over 40%, just barely over 40% as an overall win-loss ratio, which I'm pretty happy with overall, honestly. That floats my boat plenty. And I can collect these little rewards just to recoup a couple of the gems we've spent today. Gems spent means good time, right? Means, you know, duels won, packs opened. Well, thank you all very much for watching, for being with, for participating. It's been nice having the company, and it has been a decent stream overall. I look forward to catching everyone on the next stream, which, if you're unfamiliar, I stream Mondays, Thursdays, 7 PM British time, and normally go for about 3 hours. This is about the average cutoff. And I can't really let people know in advance if I'm not going to make the next one most of the time, but because like the things that prevent me from doing it are typically sudden. But yeah, I should be able to make the next stream. I don't currently see anything that's blocking me from doing Thursday's stream. So once again, thanks everyone very much for watching. My name is Cat Monarch, and I look forward to catching you all in the next one. Hope you all have a good time. Bye for now.